Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yes, tonight we have a story night. Mhm. Good evening for North American friends. Good late night for European friends, and probably good morning for East Asian. Good afternoon for Australian, and welcome. Again, tonight we are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, as much as we can, right? Well, tonight we have a story night, like other Sundays. I have my hot chocolate ready, and it is absolutely hot. That's how hot chocolates are, right? Well, yes, and yes. Let me just please. Yeah, this. Thank you. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about Pinocchio. If you heard about Pinocchio, I hope you have. If not, so you better stay with us tonight to learn about Pinocchio. And yeah, first I want to talk about the characters. If you want to join me tonight, you can easily join me on TikTok, Instagram, even on my StreamYard. The link is on my bio. If you want to join, you can easily join on YouTube. But still here, we can talk about Pinocchio. So as I can see, we already have some people on Instagram who want to join. Let's see. Hello. Okay. What is about why Pinocchio? That's a good question. Why Pinocchio? I think we will get there, and the more we talk about it, the more we learn how. It's interesting. Carlo Collodi created Pinocchio over 140 years ago, and how interesting is that the story is like about us today. We will get there, and the more we talk about it, we see that all the aspect of Pinocchio is probably some uh, fairy tale that is happening these days. And I would love to talk about all this aspect as much as we can tonight, of course. But yes, so let's see if first I would love to talk about characters. If anyone wants to join and talk about characters, there are some main characters as we know. So Pinocchio is the main character, and yeah, I don't want to take it all. There are like 4 or 5 characters in the story, so let's just find some friends to talk about Pinocchio. If you want to join me, you can easily join. And Okay. Oh, this one is. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. You are now on TikTok. I want to introduce you for others who are on other social media platforms. I can even show you to others. Like, you guys see, this is, oh yeah, so that's it. I connect all my social media with this mirror. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too. Yeah. It's just like, what's your name?
Zainab,
Zainab. Where are you from, Zainab?
Morocco.
Morocco. Welcome.
You know this country?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? Morocco is a well-known country. Everything about Morocco is beautiful. The architecture,
It's in north of Africa.
architecture, geography, food, cuisines, everything is just beautiful about Morocco. And
You have visited?
no, not yet. Let's say.
Okay.
Okay. So Zainab, let's talk about Pinocchio. What do you know about Pinocchio?
Pinocchio?
hmm
No, I did not understand the word. Sorry.
Pinocchio. It's a story. It's a fairy tale. Italian author created like 140 years ago. Have you heard about Pinocchio?
No,
The wooden puppet?
no,
No.
no.
Okay. Well, so anyway, thank you for joining. Because tonight we're going to talk about Pinocchio anyway.
I'm not understand your question. I'm not good in English. I'm not very good. I speak just letter. But I not understand your question. Really.
It's okay. I mean, just
Okay. Just I see your life and I send you the guest for to be with you to tell you. So I love your videos. I want to speak with you. That's all.
well, thank you. I really appreciate that you joined. It was really nice talking to you, and I'm happy that you joined. It's really nice to talk to you. Tonight we're going to talk about Pinocchio. I highly recommend you stay on this live tonight and learn more about Pinocchio. Hopefully, we can get some insight and see how things might be relevant tonight. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very
Thank you, Zainab.
much.
Thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Just to say hi. Even if you're not ready for the day, it's always cannot be night or something like this. But yeah, so see, you still can have guests with just hi. Even hi works. So don't be shy. If you want to join, you can join. And now we go to Instagram. We try to keep it like balanced. And yeah. Hello? TikTok is faster. That is a fact. You can see, right? Like TikTok is faster. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, Maria. Maria is an old friend, and she always has a good share. You
Oh
help me.
wow.
Hi, hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
How are you? Thank you.
Good. Good. I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having
Let
me.
me let me show you to TikTok friends so they cannot see you. Guys, this is Maria on Instagram.
Hey
Hi.
guys.
Say hi to Maria, guys. Just be good together. Okay?
Hey guys. How are
Thank you.
you?
Good, good.
Hope
Thank
all
you.
is well.
Well, thank you for joining. course, anytime. So, what do you want to
Pinocchio.
talk about Pinocchio? Like, what
I
is?
grew up with that story.
Hmm?
We were told that we weren't allowed to, like, we had to always say the truth,
Hmm.
and you have to speak the truth. Otherwise, your nose will grow and keep growing, just like Pinocchio. So
And-
Pinocchio is a character in a fairy tale book, and actually, it's been a long time since. But I remember there was a cat, Geppetto the cat, if I'm not mistaken, or
Geppetto was the father.
man.
Geppetto was the
I forget.
carpenter.
I'm
Geppetto
sorry,
was
what's
his
that?
father, the carpenter.
Yes, he was.
He-
He was a carpenter. He worked with wood,
Mhm.
and he made a clock, and he made like wooden furniture, and he created this character, which was a little boy, and made out of wood, and it came to life, and he was made out of wood, and it was like his son.
Mhm.
And he gave it a name, and the name was Pinocchio. And he told or said to Pinocchio, Pinocchio wanted to go play or something like that. I forget the name. I forgot the story, but he wanted to go play. And Geppetto, the father, said, okay, you can, but you have to there were rules to respect, and you can't lie to him. He says, you cannot lie. And I forget like exactly what happened, but there were challenges in Pinocchio. He did end up lying.
Mhm.
And every time he would lie, his nose would grow bigger and bigger, or longer and longer.
Mhm.
And so it was like a lesson to learn to always say the truth. So I'm distorting the story a bit because I haven't read it in a long time. Maybe I would have.
No, that's actually very accurate, as you said. So Pinocchio is the main character, is a wooden puppet
Yes.
boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a puppet. Yes.
And his father is Geppetto,
Yes.
who is an old carpenter. Geppetto used to be a puppet master before being a carpenter, and that's why he found like a piece of wood, a log, which was not a special one. So the log was supposed to be one of these things that is on fireplace that you see. Nothing like not special wood, but uh, so the story is like thousands of years, like pages. But so just to make it like a summarize, first chapter.
Yeah.
Geppetto create this puppet out of the wood.
Mhm.
And then
That's right.
he just stepped back and look at this puppet to admire what he did. And that is a great job. It is a good job that I did. And then he realized that this puppet, this doll, this puppet start to speak and move. Yeah, it's a puppet, but it's moving by himself and says, wow, it's been a while. Thank you for making me. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
But I want to be a real boy. That was his first and main desire. Pinocchio always wanted to be a real boy, a human.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I
What
lost
happened?
you.
Oh.
My phone is acting weird.
So the main desire and the first thing that Pinocchio asked and always wanted is to be a human being. Be a real boy. And that's how Geppetto told him that, okay, so you need to go to school. If you want to be a real boy, if you want to be human, you need to go to school to learn everything. And so that is the first chapter.
I don't know what's going on. My phone is acting weird. I keep losing connection.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Sometimes it happens like this. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm listening. I'm totally listening. I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah. So that is the first chapter, probably the adventure of Pinocchio. Yeah.
It's a nice story. It's a cool story.
Oh, I think I lost you.
I'm sorry. I don't
No
know
problem.
What's going
Yeah,
on.
it's okay.
I'm having issues with my phone here.
Yeah, no problem. It's okay.
My apologies.
No, thank you for joining.
But it's a good
Hopefully,
story.
we can talk to other guests and friends and find some like gems around this
Okay.
fairy tale. Yeah.
Awesome. Great story, though.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. So we're going to continue with the story, right? I highly recommend you to join me to talk about the story step by step. It's a good way to start and continue, but please stick to the story line, I guess. Hello?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Great. What's your name?
I know it. Actually, it's my second time with
Oh.
you here on TikTok.
Oh, thank you so much. Some people join like 10 times. It's okay. It's just, I don't count.
Okay, nice.
You're always welcome. How many times you want to join us, it's always good. So,
That's cool.
you know what actually we're doing here, right?
Yeah, talking about Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I feel sorry for him.
You feel sorry for Pinocchio?
Okay, there is a story. When I was a child, my mom told me if you lie to me or
Mhm.
said something not true, your nose will get bigger like Pinocchio. So I searched and what's Pinocchio? I was like feeling sorry for him because he was made of wood. And for him to become real, you need to do stuff. I don't know. I feel sorry for him.
Well, so I think having a big nose after lying is the best thing could happen. Like at least thing can happen to you if you lie. Like your mom was not that wrong after all. Because if we don't learn how to tell the
Covered my
truth,
nose.
probably worst thing might happen than getting a big nose.
Yes, I was covering my nose.
Hmm. No, it's
So
okay.
it means that if I
So,
cover it, she will not
but
find out that
what
my.
else do you remember from the storyline?
Mm, actually, I remember the shape of Pinocchio. His wooden body.
Hmm.
I think I don't know if it's true or not. I forget the part of the story that he's trying to be a normal boy, a normal human being.
That was exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's why I think I felt sorry for him.
Yes. Well, so let me tell you. Let me continue with the story. We know that
Okay.
Geppetto made Pinocchio out of a piece of wood that he found it, which was not a like a precious something. It was just a piece of wood, kind of like fire log.
Yeah.
And Pinocchio turned to a live puppet. He start to move. He speak. He says that I want to be a human. I want to be a real boy. And Geppetto says, okay, so if you want to be a real boy, you need to go to school. Let's. I will go and get you some school books, and I will send you to school, my son, to be a real boy.
Oh,
Okay, so Geppetto leaves. Geppetto goes to market. He doesn't have money. He sells his jacket, even though it's
okay.
cold, it's winter, to get money to buy books
Uh-huh.
for Pinocchio. And but Pinocchio is a dummy, right? So he, yeah.
Okay.
So when Geppetto is not around, he's bored, he's curious, and he's not so careful. He start to try
Oh,
everything, and he's hungry as well. And he found a cricket in the house.
oh,
So there is another character, cricket, which actually continuously, like the way that, because I think that's it's amazing that the author found like choose cricket out of all these other creatures because
Yeah.
crickets always say something. Like the sound of the cricket is always there. Most people do not even hear it, like it's there. And that's how exactly it's because cricket always try to bring Pinocchio back on track, give him advice, but he doesn't listen. It's always just a sound. And
No.
he's trying his best as a cricket, but so Pinocchio actually do not listen to him, attack him sometime, and
Oh, okay.
and go out to the market to find something to eat. And yeah, so let's keep it here, and then we can continue with the rest of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's related to us as a human being. I don't know how.
And I promise
So
you,
you
things. I promise things get better. Stay with us and listen,
Yeah.
because the story is amazingly relevant. Now I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something before I go?
You just did, but yes, you can ask something else.
Okay. Thank you. Why did you peacefully or pick Pinocchio for
What
today's subject?
what is it?
Why did you Why did you pick Pinocchio as a story for today?
Why? Yeah, that's exactly my answer. So if you stay with me tonight and listen to the whole thing, so I saw, like, I don't know, it's just happened. I kind of like intuition. I felt
Okay.
like maybe it's something that we need to. But the more I like thought about it, and I said, the more I saw, okay, so it is actually relevant, and
Yes.
there are some key points in the story that I think we all need to maybe think about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. So we already have one guest waiting on TikTok. Please wait for your turn. We now go to Instagram again, that we can talk to Tina if she can join. And yeah, it's a little bit like I should put these things maybe closer next time, because you guys are okay, but this YouTube people, they see me just come my face come to the screen. It's okay. Yeah. Anyway, so no. Mhm. Yeah. So Pinocchio is very important story, which is created 140 years ago. I don't know how, but it is part of magic, I guess. Or it actually shows that human struggles might be different in, outline, or like the picture, the image, but inside we are all suffering from same thing forever. He wanted to be human. He wanted to do it easy way, fast, and he always looking for shortcuts. He doesn't listen to people who advise, because maybe they don't know how to do it, like a cricket. Oh my God, don't. And yeah, so we will get there. Continue with the rest of the story. Hopefully, we can. Okay. So we have some guests here. The Cornelia again. I don't know why it just doesn't work yet. Anyway, so I tried. Yeah. So let's see who is going to be our next guest. Yes. And yeah, this is not, I know that this is not cool, but it's happening that no one is able to join. It's okay. I continue with the story. Hopefully, some people want to join later. The easier way is to join me on this StreamYard on YouTube. So there is a link live backstage on on my link tree on my bio. I think that is the best way to join if you want to join me. And yeah, I think that is better. But here I tried a couple of times. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so let's see. We have a very special guest tonight from Belgium. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for joining
Hello
me.
from Belgium.
Hi. I know that you're from Belgium. Thank you for joining. It's really nice to talk to you. Finally.
Yes,
Yeah.
nice to talk to you. And I didn't think I would do it at 4 a.m.
Oh my God, it's 4 a.m. Okay, so thank you for.
Yes.
So you're waking up, or you haven't slept yet?
I just woke up.
Okay, good morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
And normally I don't wake up that early, but I just woke up like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
And
there must be a reason.
I felt like.
There must be a reason.
Yes, I think so too. And I'm not the kind of person going like that easily.
Mm.
So I just felt like doing it right now.
I'm so glad that you joined. I'm glad that you have this feeling, the feel of like this safety that you can join here and share and talk. It's really
yes, indeed,
precious to me. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you feel like it, I will also recite a poem when you are ready for it. But it's story night, so
of course
you decide.
Of course, yeah. So I want you to talk about Pinocchio a little bit, because I know that you know the story and you have your share about the story as well. But so if you want to share your poem first, and then we can talk about the Pinocchio, or like how do you want to do this?
Yes. Well, first of all, just tell you who I am.
Mm-hmm. Please go ahead.
So I'm a Belgian and a South American. I've grown up in Europe, and I have converted or reverted to Islam like 2 decades ago, like 20 years ago, and I'm very connected with all people. So I like to speak to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel very related to humanity.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think I'm a former researcher.
And I think you forgot to say your name.
My name is Victoria.
Okay.
Victoria. And
nice to meet you, Victoria.
Well, the Arabic one is Amina.
Amina.
And I'm still studying Arabic because it's tough. But I speak 5 languages. I speak Dutch, French, English, German, and Spanish. I grew up with Spanish.
Of course.
And Dutch. And I just like to be aware of what is there in the world, and I love to travel. So that's part of my life. I am a consultant in communication, and recently I just decided to be more of an artist. I did a test, and 70% is artist,
mm-hmm.
and I've never really done anything with it. People who know me tell me, yes, of course, you've been an artist all your life. So I'm a spoken word artist, actually.
And communication is the biggest. Communication itself is the biggest art. The art is about communication. If you don't create your art the way that people can connect with, so what is the point of your art then?
Indeed, indeed. And I've seen it so many times as an entrepreneur too. When I meet other people, I feel the urge of doing something different, and mostly it's poetry. And poetry just reunites everyone. There is no boundary.
Awesome.
And
Yes.
that's what I love.
Great.
And I'm a storyteller too.
So you actually you are in the right place now, Victoria Melina.
Thank you so much. So I
Okay.
would say, which kind of story would you like to hear?
We're talking about Pinocchio. We are in the middle of the story. I think you joined a little bit later, but first I would love to hear your poem if you're ready to share. So then we can talk about the rest of the story.
Okay. So for every word I write and every word I say, based on wrong or right in the most sincere way, the challenge remains. I am amazed every day by the beauty that surrounds me in the most astonishing way. Nature of mankind, sometimes gentle, sometimes blind, nevertheless always fascinating. From living to giving, to loving and leaving, from striving to surviving, from being to dying. Life's circle is not round, but for most it is profound. It is intense and part of who we are, and fortunately and never far. Because only you I adore, and in fate I explore and reconnect with the source, the basis of the force that made me who I am today. I wouldn't change it in any way, because only you are the reason. I live to the season, I live to this life, to the next one, as does everyone.
Wow. Beautiful.
It's on.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I really like that one. Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. You actually taught me how to write poem in English. I literally saying that. I have like a clear insight, a clear image picture about how I can write in English. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I enjoy what you do, and it's such. There is some natural thing about it. There is some humanity in nearly everything that you do, and well, I'm amazed. Not many people can do that way, and
Thank
it doesn't need to be a long poem or a long text to impact people.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, I am still learning about the writing and everything in English, of course, but as you said, it's natural. It's kind of like different when people say so the product out there is not natural. It's like a high quality short form video. It's not raw. It's like I worked hours for like 20 seconds video, but it's connected to my nature. It's something comes from the heart. So that's probably the reason that it can be connected to my audiences.
And what comes from the
Heart, yeah, reaches the heart, yes. And yeah, but so I love to have this, like, let's say the purest way connection as well. So it's beyond that product or like everything back there. So this is life. This is a real connection here. Yeah, so that was beautiful. That beautiful poem. Like,
Thank you.
it's just so profound, and like beside the meaning, the technical part, I can see this is all well developed. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to share.
Of course,
think
yeah.
it's a poem
Of
that
course, that
needs
was
sharing.
my pleasure. And hopefully we can have you more in the at least the story nights on Sunday. So not that night, like probably because it's not so like our time zone is not so aligned. But yes, if you can join sometimes to share your poetry,
Yes,
that would be great. Yeah.
indeed. So tell me about Pinocchio. I've missed out a little bit.
Yeah. So no, of course. So we talk about Pinocchio, how he came to the life as a wooden puppet by his father Geppetto, who I believe that you can relate with this part, that when Geppetto create Pinocchio, he step back, he look at his creation, and he looks, wow, good job. I did a good job. Like you probably will relate it because you turn to Islam, and that's the part of the the Quran, but the book that said like "Fatabarakallah ahsanul khaliqin." Like it will, this, in the Quran, when God look at the human being after he created, he said like, wow, what a good creation. He says, he pat himself as in the back, like that is exactly, this is the part that I can see that uh, the author actually have it from the book. But anyway, so, but Pinocchio is not satisfied by being a puppet. He said, I want to be a real boy. And Geppetto says, you have to go to school. Okay, I will go get you a book, school books. And while he's not around, Pinocchio get bored and start doing not nice stuff, and trying to find food. And he attacks the cricket who's trying to help him to, to get him back on track. And he ended up in the market trying to find food, and he has no idea about money and how things work. He has no clothes, and uh, he started to make mistakes and make a trouble. Geppetto actually found him in the market and tried to help him, and he's angry. He wants to get him home, and he took him from his nose, which is growing continuously. And people see the scene, and they accuse Geppetto of child abuse, like mistreating the child. And everyone's, oh God, like what's happening here? It's not nice to do this. So people just, they take him to the, I don't know, probably like police station, and they put him in jail. Anyway, Geppetto, Pinocchio go back home, and he's hungry again. He's tired. He has nothing to do, and Cricket's still trying to give him some good ideas, but he doesn't listen. He sit by fire to dry himself, and he burn a leg. So he has no leg. He has no clothes. He has no family. He is tired, and yeah. So this is exactly what happens if you want to do things your way all the time. You don't listen to anything. But so that part is like, let's just keep it for here like that. We continue with our next guest, but that is the the beginning of the adventure of Pinocchio with one leg. Yeah.
Yes, I see. And do you see the philosophical side about Pinocchio?
There are, as I picked that story for tonight because I see so many aspects that it's like so relevant, especially with today's life. Let's just touch on the topics, a couple of them at least. So first of all, we all want to be a good human. This is something that we all want. So what do you want? I want to be happy. I want to help people. That's my desire. I want to be a real human being. So this is, yeah, okay. You need to go to school. No, I just want to, okay. So if you want it, you have to pay. You have to be willing to pay the price if you really want something. And there is something else about Pinocchio which is so relevant these days. There is a magic land which is not real, but there is a fox and cat. They are like maybe an image of evil, and they always looking for Pinocchio's money. They want to extract money from him, and they always mesmerize him with the idea of how to get rich in over one night. You plant you put your coin in a soil, or like you just bury them, and there would be a tree with a lot of coin and stuff. And this is like, look at this, guys. This is all about like all this. You just surf the internet, go to YouTube, go to like all the Instagram and Facebook ads. Everyone said, do you want to make like millions of dollars overnight? You want to get rich overnight? This is, I have like this secret sauce. I have this. I have like, this is like, I can see this fox or the cat they're talking, like this is Pinocchio's cat. And they usually come to In two, you can see that there are like, okay, so look at the testimonial. Testimonial is like the friend that they just keep giving, it's a back and forth. It's kind of like a ping pong show for people. Oh yes, so see, he said that's good. Oh, he said that's good. Like it's this mental game being there for 140 years. Just imagine, I don't know how many years it was there before, but it's still working. You still get, you buy the idea of getting rich and being millionaire over one night. You still listen to like a cons friend. So he says it's good. Of course it's good then. And this is something that I don't know how, like we haven't. So I believe there is a saying. I'm not sure how I can translate it in English, but maybe the biggest thing that we learn from history is that human being never learn from history, because things is happening over and over and over and over.
True.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. At the same time, for those who are aware that life is not all about wants, but that there is actually a purpose, one that you want to pursue, and one that is actually already made for you. And I'm not only thinking about the transcendental, but about the connection with other people. Everything is co-creation. So even just this conversation is a co-creation that we are not aware about beforehand. It's something that just happened. And the same is with life. When people know that life is not only about I'm living it my way, that's a nice thing about it, but there is some way that is already set for us to work upon.
Just trust the process.
And yes, you can trust upon it. Things don't always work the way we want it to work. Like, I was amazed about your story. I'm sorry, I'm going to, because my smartphone is needing some
It's okay.
food. But what happens is that your own story, you plan things, and then Corona came, and then you were kind of doing other plans than what you planned. And that's the same with many people. We plan things, but it doesn't always work.
And who says that what I planned is better than what happened to me? I mean, we never know that what is good for us. We just have imagination. We have this picture. We assume that must be good to do. You make a decision, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So you just need to switch, you need to shift. Well, okay. So, Abina, are you there?
So,
Okay,
can you hear me now?
Yes. Well, so yes, I want to thank you again for joining me tonight. It was really nice talking to you. Your poem was amazing, and I just, as I said, I really, you opened my eyes to a new kind of English writing. I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good week.
Hopefully we can talk later again.
Yes, would be lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. How beautiful is that? Belgium, 5 a.m. Morocco and Canada. Here we go. So, yes, let's so meanwhile that we're waiting for our next guest. Yeah, I think. Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for joining. There is no echo today. Everything is just well designed. Everything is better. We evolve every day. We get better. This is how we do it. Thank you for joining.
That's how.
Oh, this is not on me, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is not me.
Yes. No, it was me. I was just turning off my Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for joining. Please introduce yourself for all these people around the world, and then we can continue with the story.
My name is Maha, and I have been following you on TikTok for a very long time, and now on Instagram. I teach English as a second language. I also teach children, elementary school, grade 5, and I try to be a good person as much as I can, unlike Pinocchio, poor guy.
Yeah, thank you for following me on TikTok, and then now on Instagram, and now being a great friend. And thank you for joining me tonight. So you were here when we talk about the story. So how far you been? Like you want to continue the story? Do you know where we were?
Yeah, no, I actually did not catch because I'm actually also making my report cards because they're due tomorrow. So I'm working on the reports.
Okay.
And yeah, for my school kids. So I was listening, and then I kind of lost track of it.
Okay.
So up until the time that he was sent to school, and then that's it.
Okay. So exactly that's exactly where we left the story. Pinocchio is like burned leg, sitting at home and falling asleep. Tomorrow morning, Geppetto come back home and knock on the door. Pinocchio try to go to open the door. He has no leg. He falls. He falls, and anyway, so Geppetto managed to get in and help her again and make fix his leg, and said and he cries and said, I'm so sorry that I just did it, and let's okay, so we'll do it your way. And so he fixed him and sent him to school. On the way to school, he still doesn't know that why he should go to school. He just wants to make up his mistakes. And he says, like, what if we go and find, like, let me just find a job, make some money to help my poor dad who sells his coat or jacket to get me a book. And he ended up in a puppet show. Which is so similar to social media today. So it's a puppet with a lot of desire and ideas of life, and he wants to make his family proud. His father, he wants to help his family, his father. He also wants to be a good real boy, and he also with all this human desires, and he has human aspect, but he's not actually a real human. He ended up in a puppet show, and he's mesmerized with all the puppets, and see all his friends puppets, and they are happy, he is happy, everyone happy. And the puppet master is actually not happy that much, because he ruined the puppet show, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna burn you and make my lunch today. Because you're not even a good puppet. You are made by like a not high quality wood, and it's not a good puppet anyway. Just let's burn him and cook. Yeah, so this is how I see this puppet show as social media, that all the puppets see each other's and friends and are excited about it, but there is a puppet master up there who can easily do anything they want. They just can stop the show. They can burn your puppet image or avatar or anything. It's not you that you are in a puppet show. There is a puppet master up there then, and then they can stop you from being seen. They can put you up there to be seen, and this is not a real life. I always think about this social media stuff, that they can easily give you the traffic that you already own or don't. When I post something about all the new aspect of the social media, which might be harmful, my audience got 90% dropped. My videos got maybe 50,000 views. This one got 5,000 views. So okay, that is So I know that, like, okay, puppet master, but yeah, it's not cool. Anyway, so that is the part of the story. But he cries. He tried to please this puppet master, and his friends like all helped him. And at the end, that's funny that puppet master actually pay him, give him money. Okay, so he tried to justify himself. He gave them money, and yeah. So let's just keep it here, and then we can continue later with the rest of the story. But what do you think about the whole story so far?
I remember Pinocchio. The main idea of the Pinocchio was being was the fact that every time he told a lie, his nose grew.
Mhm.
Is this it's the same part of the same Pinocchio, right?
Mhm.
It's the same Pinocchio we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the same Pinocchio. Yeah, this is part of his story. Every time he lies, he's so in the real story is actually this is not just lying. He knows grows eventually, but when he lies, it gets faster. But yeah, so this is the imagine if everyone lies get a bigger nose these days.
That was interesting.
Wow, that would be like an interesting city with all of
I
Pinocchios.
personally think that this is one of the very few truest Disney stories ever, which was true in the sense it was a very honest, good message kind of a story,
Mhm.
you know, where they were actually teaching people a lesson to avoid people from telling lies and deceiving others, that you might not know what you're doing, but the world does see that you're actually not being truthful. So I guess it was probably one of those days where they were giving out a good message, right? And Pinocchio was then looked at as a boy that you don't want to be. So I remember, this is why I remember that when I was younger and growing up, we were always told, don't be Pinocchio, like don't lie because your nose is going to grow. And that was a very, a message that kind of got stuck in our heads at a very young age, because we always imagined our noses growing longer if we lied. So I guess that helped us as kids to not lie and not deceive others and not take people for granted or whatever it was, right? Yes, the story about the puppet master and him wanting to burn him and all that stuff was, again, maybe their way to depict hellfire. Right? You do something wrong, you go to hell, that kind of a thing. You got fire at the back as well. Maybe you throw Pinocchio in there at one point, or maybe that was the way of them showing that, okay, this is what happens, the good and the bad, right?
Mhm.
And for me, I feel Pinocchio is one of those very one of those stories that actually gives a good moral, a good lesson that you can learn from if told correctly, right? And you're right about how we are controlled on social media, right? We're given things, and you're right about the fact that you get good views on certain videos and you don't get good views on certain videos is because of the way the traffic is generated. We think that, okay, we're producing great content, we should be able to go ahead and get, a great number of views for that and likes and all that stuff. But unfortunately, the way the public is trained now, 98% don't want to see good stuff.
Mhm.
There's a lot of other things that public looks at. Besides just listening to what the message is, they want to see how the person looks. The person looks good, you're going to get the likes. The person looks really, really bad, they're going to get the likes. Somebody who's kind of in the middle barely ends up getting any likes. So you have to be an extremist, either very, very good or very, very bad. There's no middle ground.
But you need to remember at the end of the day you are the puppet of someone else's show.
Oh, always. Always. That's for sure. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. We are not only the puppets of somebody else's show, but we are also the puppet masters of other people's shows.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't say that this is wrong or right. It's a business, and I see myself as a business partner, not a puppet for them. But it is not a fair business. But it is what it is so far. I am grateful for this puppet show so far, which like it was a huge change. We must be grateful anyway. But yeah, so this is everything must be used smart and insightfully.
Well, yeah, no, it's a great it's a whole game that is laid out and it is pre-planned. It is, it's not something that just came up like 2015, 2014, 2013. No, it was thought of way before we even thought of something like this. With the whole Facebook changing its name, something that happened overnight. It was planned for years.
That is exactly the post that the one that I don't know why how they they just stop it from being seen. I mean, it's easy for them, but anyway, so
yeah, when pandemic started, we were obviously teaching from home, right? And we all started using Zoom to connect with our students. Within a couple of weeks, Zoom had these virtual backgrounds where you could change the way people looked in a classroom situation. So they had like frames, they had a museum, they had, have you seen those ones? And they just automatically just came up all of a sudden as soon as everybody went online last year, and we knew we were not going back for a very long time. Zoom actually had very specific virtual backgrounds that you could place that looked like a classroom, right? Google came up with a lot of different apps that you could use while you were home and then have them use as Google Education. So if you look up Google Education, there's tons of applications that teachers can use for kids who are at home and doing things online. So this is all pre-planned. We're all part of the game. The best part about this is we can be part of the game, and run the game the way we want to run it. Because this is an open platform. How we approach our people, our audience, is completely up to us. I would love to mention a couple of apps here, which I don't want to because it's not going to be right. But I've been on apps which are used for specific other reasons, but I use it for my work. So if I need to find students, I get onto those apps, I find students. And people tell me, hey, these apps are not for that. And I go like, you know what? I will use the apps the way I want to use them. I'll use Facebook the way I want. I'll use Insta the way I want, not the way Insta is made to be, because I need to benefit from it what I think is best for me. No?
Okay.
It takes a while, but it works.
Well, thank you for joining. It was really nice talking to you, and it was like you helped the story progress, and actually your insight was really helpful. I'm sure that people can relay, and this is something that might help.
Thank you for having me once again.
Thank you again for joining me.
Have a great night, and don't throw Pinocchio in that fire, okay?
No. If like depends on him, I think like I hope that he can make it as a human. If he stay like he remain like a puppet, like the wooden puppet, he will end up here in the fireplace.
Yeah, Blueprint's just around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Making firewood. All right, you take care.
Thank you for joining.
Good night.
Okay. It is so interesting. Thank you for staying here on your late Sunday night. Before we continue, I want to mention that so during the week, with weekdays, I will have this live shows like midday, kind of like maybe around noon Eastern Standard Time, so we can have maybe more active audience. But at weekends, I thought maybe it's better to have like let's see 90 minutes or to like 19 minutes to 2 hours to just spend time together, get to know each other, and have a good weekend maybe. Yeah, so let's continue. And again, I want to ask you all, please subscribe on my YouTube channel as well, which is here and which is so not so active now. We have 5 audience on YouTube. It's really, I mean, that is something nice. I mean, I'm not even sure they're like maybe Facebook or just YouTube, but please subscribe, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So let's yes, you can find it on my link tree. on my bio. Easy to get it, like just one click, maybe two. Anyway, so let's continue with one more guest and the story of Pinocchio. Oh, maybe yes. On TikTok, we have one guest who wants to join TikTok later. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I know that accent.
Yes, from Australia.
Of course, yeah, from Australia. How are you? Good time, mate.
I'm good, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining. What's your name?
Kim Marie,
And where are you in Australia?
just out of Sydney.
Sydney. How's everything in Sydney today?
Yeah, not too bad. Supposed to have a storm this afternoon.
It's been raining, right? It's been raining for a couple of
Yeah.
days, I guess, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how long you been here? You've been listening to the story, or do you know what we're talking
No,
about?
I just went on to Instagram and it said you were live, so I pressed on, and now I'm on talking to you. So, yeah.
Thank you for joining. You know, like
Oh,
that
thank
is,
you.
it's really nice to talk to you. We were talking to my audience and my friends about Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Have you heard about it?
Pinocchio, as in the story for kids, or yes,
Yes.
I have heard the story of Pinocchio. Yes.
The wooden puppet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
what do you know about it? What do you know about Pinocchio?
He was a wooden boy who, if he told a lie, his nose grew, and because his father loved him so much, he became a real boy. If that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that is the same Pinocchio that we're talking about, but I think it. So the father, his father, absolutely, he loves him so much, but that was not. So Pinocchio went through a journey to become a real boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that is. So I mean, so your, let's say your biggest take of Pinocchio is that if you lie, you get a bigger nose.
Well, I've just had a lot of people lie to me, so that's the main. But and the father loving him became a real boy. But yeah.
So let me like I every time if someone join, I just give a summary, like fast, quick summary till that's the place that we stop, and then I continue the story. Pinocchio was made, but by his father Geppetto. He was a carpenter, and he wanted to be a real boy. And he made a lot of trouble in the city that he was living in. He didn't. He was not a good, nice boy. He made his he had his father into the jail, and like finally he was so like upset about what he did, and he was he regret and said, okay, let's just make it right. Okay, so I go to school. In the way to school, he decided to make money to help his father, and he ended up in a puppet show, and he sees like his friend was happy. Didn't go well. Puppet master found him, and first he wanted to burn him like this, and just after a lot of like negotiation and crying and begging and stuff, so he gave him actually some money. He was not a bad guy after all, probably, and sent him home and said, okay, go home with the money. He explained, I want money for my father and stuff. So this is where we stop the story. But so now he has the money, and there are two new characters who come to the story, which is a fox and a cat. You remember them? Do you know anything about them? Oh yeah. So a fox and a cat, there are evil kind of like image of the story. They are the evil character. All they want is to extract money from the poor guy, kid. And so first they say, okay, let's just we are your friends. Let's just spend time, and we have some ideas for you, and let's just hang out. They go somewhere. They just stop, they eat in kind of like a restaurant or bar or something.
I think it was a bar.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know, as you're saying it, I think it was a bar, actually. Yeah.
So the kid falls asleep. He fell asleep, and he wake up by the bartender or the owner or something. Okay, so your friends just left, and who's gonna pay for this? What you eat? He said, okay, like, then what should we do and stuff? So he paid for them. He paid for them. He's just like searching for the cat and fox and stuff. So he goes to police station to report like this kind of like taking advantage, and they put it in the jail because in that city everything is reverse. There is a city that nothing works properly. And I can see many of these cities around the world these days. After 140 years, there are innocents in the jail, and there are criminals running the country. Yeah, 140 years ago. I don't know how someone can. That this is it. Like you can see all the aspect of this story is repeating and repeating over one cycle. So 140 years ago, someone ironically said, so yes, there are countries, there are cities that everything is reversed. So the one who is robbed in the jail and the thief is like freely hanging around the city. And we can see it like these days, of course, all around the world. So after all, he got out of the jail. He's looking for this cat and the fox, and he found them. And instead of asking for money and taking it like his, like getting his revenge and like, so let's just make things right. Again, this con, let's say men or creatures or whatever, the fraud guys start again because they know what they're doing. They're good at what they do. That's how they mesmerize him with the idea of getting rich over one night. Yeah, so this is the idea of getting rich over one night is popular and familiar. Yes, I mean, so people like now, everyone are looking for NFTs, crypto, get things done like overnight. You just run a business, create a course, sell your course, do your stuff. Like everything is just money related, and everything is so fast. Yes, get your money like over one night. You put your money here, send your information, send your credit card, send your stuff. Yeah, you're doomed. It's still like over 140 years of like Pinocchio stories is now like, yes, so there's no fox and cat anymore. There are people who show up on your screen on ads, and people show up on Clubhouse and Instagram and Facebook, and they are usually like maybe two of them most of the time because there must be someone who back the other ones up. Yeah, so he's right. I'm telling you, he's right. I mean, come on, who are you? So yeah, this is the idea. To get rich, millionaire over one night. Yes, people might have got millionaire over one night, 1 in 1 million. I don't recommend that. I mean, I don't recommend that odds, like, and yes. So what do you think so far?
So far, I think what you're saying is Pinocchio is the world, and I think the world is getting very greedy, and I think with the internet and Instagram, Facebook, and all that, you've got to be very, very careful because there are scams out there, and I have been scammed. I'm not going to lie, I have. But they tend to, how can I say it? They tend to take the innocent people, the ones that are going through stuff that probably think, well, I need this. I think they take advantage of the ones that are going through stuff. Yeah.
And if you see someone taking advantage of others that you don't say anything, you are part of the problem. If you
But in saying that too, there is so much a person that isn't a celebrity can say that someone's going to believe. Like you can tell them to, what's the saying here? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you can tell them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to believe you.
No, you do your part. That's it. So you do your part. It's not on you that people accept it or not, but I see that people, it's not just scammers. I have seen people who were victim of like real crimes, assault, like different kind of like let's say abuse and stuff, and they don't say anything. Say, oh, like forget about it. They just, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble more than that. I mean, come on. If you let the bad guy get away, they probably will hurt more people. And it's something. So it's not about tonight. It's not about Pinocchio night, of course, but I will definitely talk about, like, the topic is abuse, like domestic abuse and different kind of abuse and what to do.
Yeah, but there is abuse out there out in the world when you're going out there, like people are kidnapping little kids and stuff like that you hear. But there's more abuse going on in the internet than there is on the outside. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's all around, as I said. So you need to know your place. You need to draw your lines and stick to them. And you need to, I mean, it's not about you. If you, as I said, so if you see the cat or the fox, call them out. At least make like Pinocchio night, like just let's talk about it. Yeah. Okay, thank you for joining me tonight. It was really nice talking to you. It was a pleasure.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, thank you for joining from Sydney, Australia.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So far, so good. Hopefully, we can continue with this Pinocchio night tonight, and we can finish the story. Maybe we need one or more two guests to get to the end of the story. We still don't have many requests on TikTok. To be precise, we have no requests on TikTok. So let's just get back to Instagram. Okay. I cannot even see that, but okay, so where were we? Hi, hello. Yeah, so far that we are 100 something people here, all in 100. Yeah, so on TikTok and Instagram. Guys, I do not have a private account. Please, if someone reach you out with a private account under my name, it's not me. Don't be a scam. It's a scammer. It's a lie. And just want you to know that. Please report. That do not block. Report them and tell like I am like. I don't think that might help, but anyway, so just let you know. Thank you. And our guest just left. Okay. Yes, so that was something. You just like take a look and just nothing, not interested. Okay. Where were we? Let me continue a little. Oh, we have someone on TikTok. Yeah. Hello?
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for
And
joining
how
me.
about you?
What's
What
your
do you
name?
do?
What is your name?
How do? My name Astrid
Astri, where are you from?
from Indonesia on Maluku.
Indonesia. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Do you know what are we doing here tonight?
Yeah, I think you guys talking about Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Yes, we talk about Pinocchio. Yeah, so you were here when we were like you were here all the time, like all the story. Did you follow the whole thing? Hmm?
Yeah, I already 13 minutes here watching
Okay.
your video.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. So yes, so we talk about Pinocchio, and he ended up finding those two fox and the cat, and instead of asking for his money and okay, so guys, what happened and what you're doing, they start to uh, give him false hope again. They say, yeah, I'm sorry that you lost that portion of your money, but let me make it up to you. There is a magic land,
Okay.
and if you bury your coin in the magic land, it will grow a tree of coins. So it will like not triple, like it will grow your money 100 folds, 100x. So that's something that maybe we can take you there and help you do this. So this way we can make it up to you. And okay, so that is something that, thank you. That is something that you can see. Again, it's happening all around these days. You already buy something which is not, it doesn't worth it, of course, it's not worth it. And you feel that you've been scammed, and you reach them out, they sell you something else. Oh yes, like to make it up, or even in the process of buying. This is, guys, I'm telling you, this is kind of like funneling, right? You see an ad, the fox is just talking to you. I hope that you don't see me as a cricket tonight, because the cricket was trying to put things in order, but yeah. So at the end, like he smashed him his head, like in head. Pinocchio didn't listen, but so you watch something, a live promotion. Oh, I guess just that, and or like as I said, that they are trying to just say how great they are, and you enter the progress. Even they have like a free kind of like webinar, or let's just listen to me how great I am. And at the end, they try to sell you something small. I say, okay, so it's like a couple of dollars, like 110 or whatever. You enter, and this is just the beginning. It's a bait. This is what they do with all this idea of like gambling in all gaming industry. So they want you involve you in the game with like small amount of money. You put like $100, $50, $20. Next step, say, okay, thank you for buying this step. But if you really want to succeed, you need to buy this one too. This is the guarantee. So 50 more bucks. It's okay, I already paid that much. Let's just add this one too. Okay, you buy this one. Next step. Yes, we almost done, but almost done. We have another step, one more last step, which guarantees like 100% that you need to get this one to get to the point of being millionaire. Again, all those, like, come on, man. I mean, to repeat it again. If you really want to do this, get this one and secure your place and just be part of the, okay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. And you see back, you think, okay, I already paid like X amount of money, and this one, but I cannot just cancel it. Like, how can it's okay? Let's do this. So this is like step by step. This is the fox and the cat and the Pinocchio 140 years ago. 140 years ago. Well, so yes, he ended up put his money underground. He sleep, and obviously they took his coin and they run away. The poor kid has no money. He's insulted. He's tired. He's disappointed. He hates himself because he lost his money and could not be able to make his family proud. His father Geppetto. And the cricket still like sometimes. Don't do this. Don't do this. No. Oh, he has a chicken, like a baby chicken friend. He tried to eat the egg. He break the egg. The chicken. The chicken is always just following him. Um, so he ended up in the house, the White House, big one, and he find this fairy, the angel, blue hair angel actually. So let's see if we can have a guest to talk to. Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very nice.
I'm glad that you're smiling. You have a beautiful smile. Keep it up. What's your name?
Disha,
Tisha, where are you from?
India, Delhi.
Oh, okay. What time is it there in India? Delhi.
What time? 9:50 morning.
Good morning, India.
Good morning.
Good morning, India. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining, Disha. So what do you want to talk about so far about Pinocchio?
I want to talk to you regarding your reels and everything, which really inspires each and everybody.
Thank you.
And the day I saw for the first time, it really changed me as a person.
Seriously? Tell me about it.
Like, I become more strong, more wiser.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I mean, need to be practical in life. I'm being more practical, not always emotional. So really, thanks to you for that. So I was always been waiting to talk to you on this, but it never happened. But today I just logged in and it happened. So really, thank you for that.
Things happen when they meant to. Thank you for joining. That was really nice to hear. Yeah, so I needed to hear that probably. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad that you, but honestly, it's just, it's me and my common sense. It's nothing like magical. Like maybe the way that I deliver the message is different, but the message is some simple, and everybody probably knows what, the whole thing. But of course, we all need to hear some things sometimes, and I'm glad that I was the wake-up of the message.
It's like a wake-up call sometimes, which we don't realize.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad that you found it. So let's get back to Pinocchio. Have you been following this storyline tonight?
No, I just logged in just a minute or so, 5 minutes back, actually.
Mhm. Okay. So we were talking about Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Pinocchio?
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
Okay. So what do you remember when we talk about Pinocchio? What is the first thing or the main thing that you comes to your mind?
Like Pinocchio is like a kind of an a cartoon artist for me. So that's it. I don't watch much of the TVs basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so not really I know about it. So we'd like to know.
Yeah. So Pinocchio, it was actually written by Italian author 140 years ago. It was the first movie was like maybe almost 80 years later. So it's It's the book is, I think it's more relevant, precise than the story is, like, because they make when they make the movie, they will change the storyline whenever they want, however they want. And so everyone talk about Pinocchio, they remember also, if you lie, your nose get bigger, which is a lie itself. And it's, yeah, so we will get that too. But so far we talk about Pinocchio. He lost his money, he's angry, he doesn't know what to do. And he found a friend. So he ended up in the house with the fairy, the blue hair fairy, who become kind of his mother, to take care of him. So he's sick. He gives him medicine, but he chooses just the sweet medicine. He doesn't take the bitter medicine.
Okay.
And he's gonna die in the real story. He's gonna die, and he eventually at the end he said, "Okay, just like, give me whatever you need." So, the message is, so if you want to change, if you want to heal, it doesn't mean that you only choose the sweet part of the healing. You take it all, bitter and sweet, and yeah. So it's up and down. So you need to take them all. And so the fairy, the blue hair fairy, helped him with his nose, which was getting bigger and bigger when he lied. He called this bird's woodpecker to pick on his nose. And yeah, so I remember, so as when I used to do surgeries, and whenever we talk about nose jobs, everyone refer plastic surgeons who do nose job as woodpeckers. Yeah, this is something. But yes, anyway, so he get back on track again with the cricket. He ended up with a friend who tried to, like, say, you know what, life is not about just you getting to be better and working so hard and working for your dreams and become a human, become a real boy. Forget about all this stuff. This is not real life. I know a city, I know a place that is all about fun. You don't need to work. You don't need to study. You don't need to do anything. It's just fun. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I would go there myself. Okay, where is this place? And so they ended up in a, like, maybe I don't know, like, what to call, like, maybe fun fair or some kind of like playground, or like, yeah. So nowadays it must be something like Chuck E. Cheese, I guess. It's all about fun. And so the more he is mesmerized with all this fun, excitement, pleasure, dopamine, he forget about the peace and purpose and real life and serotonin. And he ends up being a donkey.
Okay.
How unrealistic is that? What do you think?
Of course it is.
How many donkeys do you think are walking around this earth today?
More than 75 to 80%.
Yeah. How many donkeys are mesmerized by all this pleasure, fun, dopamine?
100%.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, not, of course, not 100%, but so this is it. So see the story, it was like 140 years ago. And I don't know why, like, this is beautiful. It's amazing how it's relevant, still relevant. There is no such a thing as, like, it's always fun. There is no fun when there's always fun. Good luck with that. It's like, there's no fun when everything is just fun. It's not even fun anymore. Yes, if you do your life the way that it's fun, it's beautiful. Yes, your job is the fun for you. Yes, your family, you have fun with your family. It's something else. But focusing on just fun, vacation to vacation, from this to that, from that to this. Well, okay, so what is the purpose? But when there's no goal, you might end up a donkey. I'm just saying, like regarding to Pinocchio.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is let's say, we have one more chapter to go. Hopefully, we can talk to one more guest before we
Sure.
call the night.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Do you want to say anything before you leave? I mean,
Sorry.
do you want to share anything? Do you want to say something before we say goodbye?
Just want to say that we should not be following more of the donkeys now, and put our purposes more clear. Have a clear vision of life.
Yes, thank you. That was actually really accurate.
Sure.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe and be good to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye. Okay. And yes. We have a friend on TikTok who wants to join, Jamal. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Where are you from, Jamal?
I'm from Dubai. How are you?
Oh, Dubai. How is everything in Dubai?
Alhamdulillah, very good.
Is it cold? Or, I mean, it's not cold. Like, is it not that hot?
No, it's a very good season for now. It's very good.
Yeah, Dubai has two seasons, hot and very hot.
Yes, hot and very hot. But this is the normal. It's a very cool season. If you want to visit Dubai, come in this month. You will enjoy too much.
You're all welcome to go to Dubai, guys. Jamal just invited all of you to Dubai.
Welcome to everybody.
Okay. So, Jamal, how's it going? So, what have you been? How long have you been here, listening to the story?
I think more than 2 years. 2 years is almost clear. And my age is 21, so that's why I came here when 19.
Oh, I'm talking about tonight, just here.
Sorry?
I'm talking about the live tonight here.
Oh, you are live from the night?
Mm-hmm.
I woke up now and seen you are the live. That's why I came. I think it's around 50 minutes or 40 minutes.
Okay, awesome. 14 minute we hit this. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome. It's not a problem.
People usually don't stay in lives. They might be like 2 minutes, 3 minutes max.
Actually, normally people they talk in the live, they discuss about the personal life or they just joke, they kid in. But in your videos, I see and I really cannot believe. Also in the videos, you have stories and here also stories. Means just inspiring the people.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, I've been.
And I have also very inspirational story, but it's not completely succeeded. When I will be succeeded, inshallah, I will share.
Oh yeah. So now you are writing your story.
I'm not writing my story. I am making my story in the real life.
You're writing it down. You are the author of your own novel. You are the creator. You are the director of your own movie.
Oh, maybe you can say that too. But actually, we are Muslim. So we are Muslim. We believe on the success, everything, but you need to work hard and then leave it on your God.
Yes.
If
So
you want to give you the success, it's up to him. You can ask him, you can pray, but it's not important.
this is true. Like as you said. So it's important to know how and what you ask when you talk about God. You don't insist on what you want as a physical term, because I believe everything in this physical life is a vehicle.
Yes, exactly.
You might not know what is actually good for you, or it's like, yes, I want this. health, even health, money, position, family, friends, everything you can touch is a vehicle.
Yes.
You don't wish,
Exactly.
you don't wish for them. You wish for something that all these things can get you there. So it's
Yes.
smart to ask for something in another level beyond the physical. So if you want happiness, ask for happiness, and don't ask how you want to get there. Like, just leave it to God, universe, whatever you want to call it. Ask for the bigger picture. Ask for the higher purpose, goal, and
Yes,
then
exactly.
and then trust the process.
I have experience recently, within 2 months, that experience I got. Actually, I got one job. My contract, here is the contract. So I am actually employed. I'm not a boss, but I'm trying to become a boss. But it will take time, you know. Now, as I told you, my age is very low. It's just new young. So I got one job, which is the 3 times more salary from my previous salary. I was very happy, and I deserve that salary. It's not anything. After that, they said, "Okay, will you come? Promise with us that, anything." So after 2 months, because my contract is going to finish after 2 months and 11 days. After 2 months and 3 days, their manager they called me and they said, "Sorry, my wife made mistake here. You blah 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 blah." So I said, "What is this?" Anyway, okay, it's fine. From the inside, I am very angry. I cannot say I am very depressed. But from the face, I cannot say to him anything. Okay, if you don't want to hire me, it's fine for him. Okay, then I said to him one thing, please don't do with any other person like this. They gives me offer letter, they gives me everything. So I said just one thing, please don't make promise if you cannot do that. And more than 2 months they are calling me every day. Jamal, are you coming? Jamal, are you coming? There is any problem? Did you give to resign in your company? Okay, when I give the resign, they said, okay, khalas, we don't need, it's our mistake, sorry. Okay, so after that, I called to my all colleagues, which is the belongs from government and other departments, and they are trying to find for me the job. Then I got job, same salary, alhamdulillah. I didn't join yet, but I got the same salary. But there is another story behind this. You know, if first company who rejected me, if they are gonna hire me, I cannot join them because of my contract.
Mhm.
There is some legal rules which is not easy to join them that time. And now I got 1 month delay, 1 month period, so I can join. It's very easy. So because I always ask from the God just that, Inshallah khair. It's Arabic word means if God he wants better, he will do better.
He knows better, right? Yeah, that's it.
Yes, he knows better.
He knows
And now
better.
also I said he knows better. I don't know if this job is better for me or not, but I always said he knows better.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That's it. So you asked for the better. You didn't ask for that specific job. Okay. So
No, never.
yeah, I put my faith in the higher hands, and I just do my best,
Yes, I do my best, and then I ask for.
and then I trust the process.
Yes,
And
that's
this
the
is
problem.
life. This is life. It's not
This is
life is
life.
not about what you have or you don't have or what the other have. Like
Yes.
this is the life,
And
and I.
God, yes, and God gives me a very good experience. When I got the first job, which I told you, my first job, who they rejected me, that time I was listening to every motivational video that I am very happy that because I'm going to success, I'm getting success within 2 years. I got my triple salary. This in 21 years I'm getting too much salary. So that time I was hearing and listening every motivational and successful stories, and I am telling to everybody about that. But when they said you cannot join, so I thought, what is this? Where is your motivational stories?
Mhm.
So God gives Here, Jamal, this is not in your hand, and you don't know what is the best for you.
Yeah, and don't
So then,
believe everything you see, or especially if someone going to sell you something and they talk about how great they are. They show you their stuff. They talk about money. They stuff. So we have this, we have that. We're talking about all this all the cats and foxes around social media these days. Pinocchio story, remember? So they are just all they're trying to. I mean, so it's what can I say? You already know. So just remember that wealth whispered. If someone actually have something, they don't need to show it off, like show it off and say, "Oh, we have this, we have that. Look how great I am! Like I have all this. Like look at my bank account. I literally see someone on this ad. They show up. They just screenshot the bank account. Look how much money did I make. I was like, just don't. I need to ask Google, like YouTube, or just stop showing me this stuff. I don't know. And just I don't even know how come that still these ideas have buyers. Just let's just yes, let's continue with the story of Pinocchio, which was so relevant to all the stuff that we're talking. Uh, not no success comes overnight, and even if it happens, like it doesn't bring you the happiness. If you don't work for what you gain, you don't appreciate it. Almost all every single person who won the lottery game and won millions of dollars over one night, they ended up being broke and not happy. So I don't mean that money, like of course money is important. Money is one of the most fundamental elements of happiness. Of course it's important, but it's not everything. And the fact is, like, no money is better than bad money. This is something you need to, I mean, I need to remember, I need to remind myself every time. No money is better than bad money.
exactly.
Okay.
I have okay, continue, please. You are saying something?
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's okay. I just wanted to ask you if you have anything to share before we say goodbye and wrap up the
Okay,
story
I want
tonight.
to ask you from where you collect this knowledge? You read the books, or
What was the
how you
question again,
collect this
please?
knowledge?
What was your question? I didn't get your question.
My question is that how you collect these knowledge? You have a lot of knowledge. You read the books, or how?
Well, thank you, Jamal. To be honest, so if you see, I don't think that I have like some extraordinary knowledge. These things are something. So I just think when when I learned the way of thinking, you can put all your knowledge you have and create wisdom out of it. You cannot learn wisdom. Wisdom is something that comes with age and the experience. Of course, I made a lot of mistakes. I will make a lot of mistakes. I'm a dude. I am a dude like many others. I'm living my life, learning my lessons every day. I made 100 mistakes yesterday, today, tomorrow, and this is it. But if you learn from your mistakes, and this is the knowledge, and you put them together and create wisdom, this is the day by day lesson, and this is life.
Okay, I think this is not your own words. Just you are remixing and you are reading the books and you are remixing
That's
and
it.
making
So
the videos.
I mean, I don't invent the wheel, of course. So there are some things that I experience myself, or I see others experienced, and I read the book or watch the movie. My mind is kind of like I have a good memory. Like when I see something, I read the book or see a like piece of movie, like if part of a movie, or like if like anything I read or listen, I hear, it's just go into my mind, and my mind actually creates some like a bigger image with like this part of like maybe
Yes,
puzzles.
exactly. When you start thinking like this, it will become your mind same thing like a painter.
Because as you see, like let's say, if we see that all the human struggle is pretty much the same over 150 years ago, which Pinocchio was written. Everyone wants to get rich overnight. People want the easy way. People don't listen to people who give them advice. And there are cats and fox who back up each other to rob you. And this is something that's happening over. So it means, on the other hand, good stuff is same and it's just repeating. So you don't need to create a new way of being good or just saying the new kind of knowledge and wisdom. This is like, I believe what Socrates said is not that different with some like new philosophers and Hegel's and like all these wise men around the world and around the history. They are just saying the same thing. Even in artists, you see new art like modern art with Monet and like maybe artists even before like 2000 years ago, they're still doing the same thing. So the concept is the same. You find your way to present. That's what I do.
Yes. Okay. I have just another question. It's not relevant to that. If you like, if you don't mind, can you introduce yourself about your age, about your qualification, please? If you don't mind.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Iman. I am 37 now. I just turned 37. I was born and raised in Iran. I graduated as a surgeon, general surgeon. I worked in a drug war zone as a trauma surgeon, 2 years of voluntary. I certified for plastic surgery. I ended up in Canada, and I actually going through my process of being certified in Canada. I passed the exam too, and I'm waiting for my license in Canada as well. And I am now trying to find my way and do my thing and my stuff on social media the way that I think it's right to do. And here we go.
Okay. So now you are in Canada.
Yes, Toronto, Canada.
Okay. So you studied in the medical.
Yes.
So basically, you are Iranian.
Iranian, yes.
MashaAllah. And what's your religion?
Yeah, so my religion, so this is something that people ask me, and I really respect all my audience, and I try to have the knowledge about all the religion, but I think being, the most important part about my religion is that I believe in God and God believes in me. That is something I want to know, that I want to believe, and that's because I don't want to make anything specific about religion. I think that, as I said, this is all vehicles, all the religions. If there is one God, doesn't matter what is your religion.
Yes, actually, I studied about that also, and I realized if you will see the meaning of Jesus, it's a very old word. So new word is Allah. Just I can say maybe new word is I don't know. Anyway, so if you will go back more, there is one word to go on, and they are following that more than 5,000 years. So there is different words, which is all goes to one God.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Just there is a difference. So in the same, there is a way for the devil also. So I forgot now because it's very old my observation. The same they said devil. There is one concept about the devil, but someone says shaitan, someone says I forgot, but there is a different names. But concept is the same. Who rejected to first man, same like this, and then God say, go out from the my Jannah, same like this. There is the story. Anyway, can you tell me about your religion exactly?
I prefer not to talk about my religion, my friend, but I really respect you and all my audience who ask this question. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate, and I actually enjoyed the let's say the mini interview that we had together. Thank you for joining.
Actually, I am very happy to talk to you.
Thank you. Me too. Much. Yeah, thank you for joining. Have a good day. Say hi to all my friends in Dubai.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Okay, so we still have a chapter, small, short chapter of Pinocchio. This last call was more about me than Pinocchio. Yes. Like there are some questions about private life, which I mean, so it's okay. It's nothing that you want to hide. It doesn't mean that you want to hide them. But if the answer is going to make a change, a difference, it's probably a wrong question. My point is that let me tell you a story, like something, maybe that's a good idea. Someone asked a monk about God and asked them that, does really God exist or not? And the monk replies that if the answer of this question, whatever it is, yes or no, make a difference in your life, you need a God. Again, someone asked him that if God really exists. And he said, if the answer of this question will make a difference in your life, you need a God. Sometimes the answer is enough. The question is enough. You don't need the answer. That's it. So let's just wrap it up for tonight and talk to one more guest and talk about the last chapter of Pinocchio. Whoa. Hi, Karar. Hey, how are you, man?
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I believe we talked like maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
You were in fitness industry. You do some kind of like exercise.
What? Excuse me?
You do some like sports stuff, like kind of like with fitness industry and stuff. Yeah. See, he's a man, guys. Well, yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining from Iraq, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, so go ahead,
I
please.
think you talk about Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah. So how long you been here? How long you been listening to us tonight?
I think in the morning I just prepare myself to go to college to get my degree. So I found you open live. So I listen to you.
Okay. Thank you.
I
Yes.
listen to you closely.
Thank you. Yes, we talk about Pinocchio, and we were talking about Pinocchio tonight.
Yeah. Pinocchio on social media. You talk.
Yeah, we see all the aspect of Pinocchio wanted to be a human being. He wanted to be a real boy. He go through stuff to make money, to make his family proud, which actually he didn't want. Like his family, he is a Geppetto. He didn't ask for money. He just wanted him to go to school. So he went through the journey. He made some money. He lost his money too.
I think he wanted to believe himself as a human.
He wanted to do, yeah. So he thought that's the thing. So that was a good point.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a real boy, which means human. He wanted to be a real deal. Geppetto, which is his father or his creator, because at some point you see Geppetto as his god. He create him. He stepped back. He looked at him. He said like, Tabarakallah Hasanul Khaliqin. Let's see what I did. Okay, that's a great job. And Geppetto actually told him, if you want to be a real deal, if you want to be a real human being, if you want to be a real boy, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
School doesn't mean like math, because like as we know, Pinocchio hates math. Like numbers actually follow him, but digits. But so you need to go to school to learn like not just school stuff, like the real, then yeah. So the ethics, you like the human part is something to learn. Okay, so behavioral, ethical stuff. But so on the way he thinks, okay, so what if I'm making money, I will be a human. That's the thing. So it's like that was an old question: money or knowledge, money or education, right? So his father told him that education make you a human being. Education will help you be a human being, but he choose money to be a human being. He go through all the stuff. He didn't make it. He make the money, he lose the money, and he become lost in the game of making and losing money, in the circle of money, and he was just lost, and he ended up in some kind of like fun place, and he ended up a donkey.
I will show my point. You let me. So, if the human focused on money, all right, will be machine, just a machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Okay. I think Pinocchio on social media. We talked last day. They show you the money, you eat the money, but actually, you don't need it. You need to be a human first. So that's my side. That's my my theory.
That's true. So that's what you said. Like it's absolutely correct. I mean, you want to be successful, be a successful human. You want to be rich, be a rich human. You want to be knowledgeable, be a knowledgeable human. You want to be funny, you want to be happy, you want to be like whatever you want to be, a human first. Make your
What do you want?
Yeah. So that's it. My point is not that being rich is bad. Of course not. Being a human, being a rich human being is your goal. Not just being rich or being successful or win. It's just this is different. Yeah.
That's different. That's big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about what you want.
True.
What do you want? You want to be rich? You will be. You work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be successful? You will be.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be knowledgeable? You will be. Everything. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want it. I want to be a bodybuilder. Simple. I do it because I want it. I want to be graduated from business administration. I do it because I want it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. About what do you want? What do you want exactly? Be honest with yourself. To know what you want. That's my theory. I don't trust nobody.
Well,
just God and your mother and yourself.
Yeah, when you trust yourself, trusting somebody or nobody is a little bit tricky. I believe that trusting people is it's not about
like gambling.
Yeah, I mean it's not about, so if you like that would cause a serious trust issue if you believe that you shouldn't trust anyone. The fact is that even if you trust people, anyone in any circumstances, you need to trust yourself enough to know that even if they betrayed you, you can take care of yourself. You always need to trust people as much as be prepared that even if they stab you in the back or they leave you or anything happen, you can take care of yourself first. So this is it. That is how you can do business with people. Business people might betray you. So you create a term, kind of agreement, so you know that if you don't do what you say, I can take care of myself because of this agreement. So in every encounter with every aspect, you don't need to write it down. You need to have it inside. So if someone that I'm giving my love or my attention, if they If they cannot do the, like what I expect them to do, or if they cannot give them back, I can take care of myself inside. Well, thank you so much, brother, for joining. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for.
Really pleasure when I talk to you.
Thank you so
You're
much.
a great person.
Thank you so much. You're a great person too. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Okay, so we are now at midnight on Eastern Standard Time, Toronto, Canada. My fireplace will turn to a pumpkin soon. My camera probably will turn to a kind of mouse stuff. So let's just wrap it up. We have the last chapter of Pinocchio. Pinocchio ended up being a donkey, which always wanted to have fun, pleasure, dopamine, endorphin, and that's it. The donkey is like even dumb donkey. They sell him to a circus, but he's not talented. He's not even. He cannot jump. Or he cannot do perform. Even as a donkey, he's not a good donkey. And he breaks his leg. He breaks his leg, and the circus guy, like the owner, so he doesn't want a donkey which has like a broken leg. He throw him in the sea. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know what to do with this broken donkey, and the donkey is always just. I want to actually put a stress, emphasize on the donkey part, which is important. I asked my friend who joined in from India about the donkey. So we know that if donkey is actually something repetitive fun. It worked for Pinocchio. I don't know. Made him donkey. Anyway. So yes, the donkey master throw him to the sea. And a big fish, a shark or a whale or something, eat him, the donkey, which is Pinocchio. And in the, I don't know, that part is like in the shark belly, he sees his father, Geppetto. And that, that is the part of like, yeah, so that's at his, let's say in English, there is a term like when he hits rock bottom. He has nothing else to do, like no way out. I am a donkey. I'm drowning. I've been eaten by a big fish. Oh God. Yeah. So what can be worse? Nothing. So there is no glory. There is no pride. There is no, I know better. I know what to do in a donkey who has been eaten by a big fish. So that's how, like, I see the story. If you see this story of, I believe it was Peter. I don't know, Peter, like in Bible, being eaten by fish. If anyone can help me with that, I don't know who was like in biblical story but eaten by fish. No, Noah didn't be eaten by fish. Yeah, so that's the point, is that when you have no way out. Yeah, it was Jonah. What, by whales? Yeah. Jonas. Yes, Jonas. That's true. Yeah. Jonas or Jonas being eaten by fish, a big fish. Peter was actually a fisherman. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, and he has nothing else, and no pride. No, I know better. I know what to do. And then he found his father in the shark, or like the fish belly, and they make it out, and then the angel helped him, after all his lessons and all his journey, to become a boy, a real boy, and start doing what his father told him to do from the day one. So I think the point is that we all need to go through all this journey to learn our lesson. Even if you see the first, like the solution is just on your lap, like it's here, let's do this. You don't buy it because you don't understand it. You need to go through everything. It's not about, that's what I said, like we make mistakes every day, and that is it's okay, as long as you see it as a lesson, that you don't make it same mistake over and over and over. He went through all his journey and he ended up again at the same place, at the same task. Go to school, choose knowledge over money. You become a human being. You become a real boy, as he wants. Easy, but not as easy as we say. Like he had to go through all this stuff to learn. Well, yeah, so I am so grateful that you joined me tonight. I see that there are people who were here from maybe very first minutes and they're still here. It is it actually warmed my heart, and it gives me motivate me to keep doing it. Maybe we can talk about stories more and more, over and over, different stories, and like see how we can utilize the lessons in our life today. Be aware, be mindful with cats and foxes these days on your screen, on your laptop, on your mobile, on your social media app, on Instagram, TikTok, on Clubhouse, and YouTube. Everyone who wants to make you rich over one night, just see him as a like a fox or cat. Don't buy him. If you actually invest in something which you see it's not working, don't get scammed again over and over. It's done. It's enough. It's, they call it like failure strategy. If it's not working, it's not working. Stop, turn back, learn your lesson, leave. You don't have to lose everything because you made one mistake before. And that's it. Thank you all for joining me on this story night tonight from Toronto, Canada, over midnight. This is your humble friend Iman, and it's supposed to be the Iron show, and I'm glad that we had over 2 hours of beautiful moments together. Again, thank you for joining. Make sure to follow me on like the other app. If you're on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, and the same on TikTok, and of course YouTube. Guys, YouTube is growing, like it's now 10 visitors, like 10 viewers. Love you all. Have a good night, good morning, and everywhere you are. Take care, and ciao. So it's now first TikTok, now again Instagram. Bye. And again, you're still here. Thank you.